Team, please. Like, that was abysmal. That's what I get for typing on Skype while I'm trying to do an intro. But anyway, guys, welcome back to Coldcast. I'm your casting host, Beef, and well, as you might have seen right there, we are going to be going into another match. Unfortunately, I screwed up the audio because I tried to do 17 things at once, but I'm still your casting host, and with me is Panny. Panny, you think SG's going to make a comeback right here like you predicted?
I hope not, but I expect them to.
You hope not?
I mean,
Interesting.
You always vote for the underdogs.
That's true. That's true. Everybody likes upsets.
Yeah, everybody loves upsets. And as much as I like most of the players in SG, actually, no, I like all of them. It's fun to see new teams win and beat them. It'd be a huge cycle if they did lose.
It would be. It would be a very, very big thing. And I mean, Breaky and I have talked a couple times now about cycle number 3 and how it's a cursed cycle, but we'll have to see. Anyway, taking a look at the match that's going on right now, the bans notably got Scout, Prisoner 945, got Lodestone, and Engineer all being banned out. That Prisoner ban, I mean, I know that iGee, especially Sender, hate playing against that hero. Sender is under the impression that that hero is pretty much impossible to beat mid, and I think I would be pretty close to agreeing with him there. A very strong one, but with those bans, something slips through. It's going to be a War Beast.
Yeah, he's gonna make it out now. IG did get Pebbles, at least, and they actually opted not to go for Ophelia or Tempest when they had the opportunity to choose both of them. So, it goes to show you that IG does not want to run a jungler. They're completely against it, and they want to run that early game aggressive lineup that can also scale well into mid game. One thing I've noticed from playing SG or IG, because I played them around I don't even know, but played them the game after we played TMSR, and it was a series where we had won game, then so they were down, and they both won, or they won both games right after that, and it was honestly all Fuji on Fade. He made so many plays on that Fade. He set up so many ganks, as well as with Nymphora, and it was just a pain to deal with. So I'm happy to see IG with that Nymphora because they really know how to utilize the hero, and they really know how to set up ganks. We'll just see what they choose to lane now as a carry, if they even do that, or if we're going to see the full-out no carry aggressive lineup.
Yeah, it is a possibility to go the no carry aggression, and I know I would love to see that with Nymphora. Now, the heroes that are being banned out, Keeper of the Forest is not one of them, leaving the Keeper Ophelia Master of Arms combination available. Now, with that, I mean, they would be running extremely low in terms of stuns and in terms of an initiator. They would be forced in that situation to be running a War Beast they would be forced into a laning War Beast, so probably not going to be seeing Keeper of the Forest right here, and Insania opting not to ban it out, maybe reading into it and saying that it's not a likely possibility. So we'll see. SG going to be going with their next pick right now, and it will be a Torturer. So picking up a possible secondary support. More than likely, though, this is going to be a primary support, and we're going to have a Master of Arms soaking up the farm, although those two roles could be reversed.
Yeah, but we rarely see Torture being a carry nowadays, sadly. So most likely going to be taking support. But I like the decision of SG picking a very, very strong mid lineup. It's toward them way mid, most likely. So what you like to do against Pebbles or Rally mid, heroes have a lot of burst mid. You like to pick heroes with dual range because those are the heroes that are going to beat them. So they're going to opt to go that Master Arms Torture, hopefully going to send it mid, and it should have a good time. Now, on the other hand, Pyromancer Pebbles is a very, very strong mid, if not the strongest. I would say it was the strongest, but lately with Prisoner being havoc for people in scrims and stuff, it's hard to say. But yeah, Pebbles Pyro, probably one of the strongest mid lane. And that's going to mean that Nymphora might be laning with Rally. I mean, they still have a lot of options. It's not even confirmed that they're going to become Pebbles Pyro, but it just sticks out because it's so usual for those two heroes to be laning together.
Very strong. Now, iGee actually has the possibility to pick up Sandwraith here as their last pick, which could be something interesting. A combination of a Sandwraith Ultimate plus an Nymphora Ultimate. It allows you a ton of map mobility, which is really something that does counter both Warbeast and Ophelia. And I wouldn't mind seeing a Sandwraith here whatsoever. we'll have to see what SG's last pick is before we can start commentating on what iGee might be going. Now, they still do need something that's going to be able to provide some initiation in that middle lane. And, I mean, the things that are jumping out to me, maybe something like that Magnus. You also got maybe even a Devo, if they opted to go for that. There's definitely possibilities, but okay, it will be a bubble, so it's going to be a Torture or Master of Arms mid lane.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to see. And I honestly felt the bubbles from the beginning there. Just a super strong hero, and it works really well with the Legion lineup. I mean, you have heroes like Ophelia and like Warbeast who they need to catch up in fights. They're the ones that have to be running around chasing people, and bubbles allows them to do that in the third AoE. As for Hellborn, once again, Dampier, a very, very nice hero, similar to Thandrith in the sense that he's a very strong early, mid, and late game. So I think we're going to be seeing a Nymph Dampier top lane, a Pyromancer Pebbles mid, and a Rally Suicide. As for Legion, it's going to be a Torture. Okay, wait.
Let's get it on.
I never see. It's weird because Swindle's playing the Bubbles and Chesty's playing Torture. It's like. So it is a carry Tord. So one of the many times Torture are going to be pulled out as a carry, and I'm assuming it's going to be a dueling Tord MOA mid, but it's hard to say right now.
Yeah, I think that's
running
what
bottom. Yeah, most likely. Which it's a very even mid matchup. It's one of those matchups that if SG plays it smart and passive, they'll win in terms of last hits. But if iGee gets a pick off at all in that lane, it's going to completely turn in their favor. As for long lane, it's going to be a Warbeast against that dual lane Nymph and Dampier. So not going to have the best of times, but still should be able to pull some creeps to let him farm. And it's very similar to last game. I mean, SG wants to make some stuff happen early to mid game, and iGee also wants to do that. But if iGee wins early to mid game, the game might be over, just because of the fact that you have Ophelia on Legion, and it's more of an all-in hero. In the early to mid-game stage. High risk, high reward.
Yep, it can be, but, I mean, iGee, they definitely got that early game presence as well between Dampier, Pebbles, and Rally. Plus their double stun combination, I mean, it's just kind of brutal. The amount of roaming potential and ganking potential in this iGee lineup is definitely impressive, but they're also going to have to rely on Zergo actually finding some strong farm early. We talk very often about Nox on Dampier for Team Excellent. How he's able to just consistently get good farm, and he's able to consistently snowball into that mid and later game. Well, it starts with being set up into a lane that is going to be really facilitating that nice early farm. And I think that Nymphora as well as Dampier up top, it should by all means be that kind of a lane.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to mana Dampier a lot and make sure that he's consistently harassing the Warbeast, if not also stacking the jungle for him and giving him mana to take out the stacks. He can definitely do that. And for actually going to find the ward of sight that is blocking the pull, so nice play by Insane. Going to be able to stack that and pull it very soon in the next couple of minutes. Now, one thing I want to say is that you don't see a crazy amount of counter push from iGee this game. I mean, they have Pyro, and Rally can kind of do that just because of the fact that he's good at setting up stuns for pushing, but not really counter. He's not really able to stop counter pushes, but he can kind of set up fights. So iGee's approach in this game compared to last game and early game is that if they need to get these items before, they're the ones that need to apply the pressure before SG pushes, or they're not going to win the fights. They're not going to be able to defend very easily. So I feel like this game, it might be a bit more pressure on iGee early game and for them to win it compared to last.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with you. They're going to need to have that big snowballing start on their important heroes, but they've set up lanes that should be able to at least split mid, and they should by all means win top. But there's a little bit of lane manipulation happening from Limp. He's already pulled the lane back into his favor at least once, and now Zergo not going to be tanking the creeps in front of the tower up top. He's instead going to let those die, so Limp should get plenty of experience, if not farm, in that top lane. Meanwhile, Rally and Bubbles going at it in the bottom lane. Zibby going there with what appeared to have been some stacked regen is currently, using the Compel to get some auto attack damage onto Bubbles, and that's going to burn a lot of regen here from Bubbles. But the CS situation currently at 10-2 for Rally, as opposed to the 11-0 of Bubbles, so splitting that one pretty evenly. Things seem to be going pretty well, and in fact, Bubbles going to have to use the Shell Surf in the bottom lane, as well as his remaining potion, to actually get back up to full HP. Meanwhile, it looks like Zibby going to be having a bottle delivered.
Yep, going to get that bottle delivered very early on, so he's doing extremely well. Now, the annoying thing is that Swindlemon still has the boots, and he can kind of harass him out of the lane just because he's much faster, as well as having the War Beast up on top of him gives him a bit more damage. But Rally by no means is out of this lane, and showing right there that he can definitely harass Swindle out of the lane, which he's done twice right now. And Swindle only has 2 rings of blight remaining, but do see Ophelia coming in here, and this might be very, very unfortunate for Zibit.
He's going to try to get out of there, has the Compel available, and will use it. Minotaur Stun going to miss, and Zibby will be alright. Now he is a little bit out of regen, but has enough life with that last bottle tick and the Blightstone. So yeah, he's going to be just fine down there, and that does take away a little bit from Ophelia's farm, but I don't know, she's doing okay, I guess. At level 2, did have 1 camp blocked, I believe. Maybe, did you actually count how many camps that were blocked? I only saw 1 personally.
I think it was just 1 as well.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing any more.
It's level 3 now, so that's a little bit more respectable. There we go.
Yeah, and actually, if you notice top, something I really like and Insania is utilizing very well is that when this lane is being pushed, as for example right now, where iGee is pushing the tower and they can't really farm, you see Insania stacking and they are constantly lowering those neutrals right there. They're not killing them because they're not investing that much time, but every chance they get that they know that they'll be wasting time if they don't do it. It's they're utilizing that, and Vampire's getting the maximum amount of farm possible. In the meantime, Halberd's doing a very good job of keeping room control. They did this last game as well. Constant room control, and it's very important.
Well, they're trying to get Torture chucked backward into the Dragonfire, and for a Zeal Stun is not going to connect, going in the wrong direction. And that's no fault of Insania, but more just great heads-up play there from Chessie, seeing where Ro4 was coming from and making sure to run the opposite direction. So, very well done, and saving themselves from the Bloodlust kill, at least for now. Pebbles is taking some damage. Ophelia is going to be coming in as well. Dragonfire Stun is going to miss. Zeal Stun whiffs as well, so iGee missing 2 stuns right there on a 3v3 engagement. They come out a little bit behind there, but Bevel's going to be able to just chug the bottle before Pyro takes it to town.
Yeah, unfortunate events there. I feel like iGee could have definitely got a really huge kill on that Torture. But sadly they did not. Nice combination from Fuzi and Sender. Really, that does take coordination to set up that Pyro stun on top of the Chuck. You got to be perfect timing from Sender, so well played by him. Unfortunately though, Chessie did make a nice play and avoided the Zeal stun. But yeah, mid lane, like every game, is just so important, and you see both teams investing 3 players into trying to win that lane. I like iGee though. I mean, they're not running a jungler, and Insania's doing an amazing job of constantly stacking and giving mana to his teammates so they can farm the jungle. They're definitely, you can see that it's not that big of a gold or XP lead when they are up against the jungler and they don't have a jungler. So
yep.
Well played by Insania. I mean, he's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff that are really important right now, and that's just what you do when you're a support and you can't do anything top. When you're against a War Beast, who is constantly pulling creeps.
Yeah, manipulating that creep wave, and even going so far as to drag it into Ancients here. Was able to get credit for, I believe, 1 Ancient kill, and then of course a few of the creeps off the Ancients as well. So 250 gold per minute for Warbeast, having a very good time. But got Rally that's at 250 gold per minute himself, and is going to be able to contribute a lot more in terms of actually setting up ganks if that Rally does come mid now that wards have expired. And this could be either a Dead Torture, Master of Arms, or both. And well, we'll see if Zibby's going to be looking to do that, or if he'll try to set up a kill in the bottom lane instead, which is where Bubbles is at only 625 life. I mean, Seismic Slam combo could be enough.
Yeah, definitely could be. Has that guard ring though, so going to give him a bit, or the ring of the future, sorry. So I'm giving him a bit more armor, which always helps against Rally. I'm interested to see. We need to keep an eye on Ro4 when she hits level 6. Definitely going to open a lot of ganks and a lot of map control for iGee. And he's doing a very good job of keeping up with levels. I mean, you see Sender's level 3 mid, and Insania's level 5. It's usually the other way around. Usually the support in the short lane has a harder time getting XP because he's kind of running around, stacking. But gonna be top right now with Zergo.
Those exact stacks are what are keeping him in the level run. Just because he's been stacking for both Pebbles and Dampier and assisting both of them in bringing those stacks down. Just took down a triple stack hard camp to hit level 5 with Dampier up top. And now Nim4 are going to be teleporting into the bottom lane as Ophelia is showing up as well. Looks like Nymph and Rally could be trying to hold down the fort and defend this, which I don't think they're going to have any problem doing.
Yeah, and actually top lane over here, Warby's going to get jumped on. He's only level 5 and he might be falling over here. Zergo is chasing through bottom as well.
Yeah, that's Ophelia dead. Zergo is still chasing. Limp needs one more auto attack. Oh, misses the terrorize. And I gotta say, those soldiers were really helping Limp out, blocking the pathing just a little bit right there. And that should have been a kill into Warbeast. In either case, the Bloodlust kill in the bottom lane, that was 100% a result of Insania teleporting down there to help his buddy. And that's a very nice kill.
Yeah, and it's actually funny because Insania TP'd bottom before they even saw Ophelia. So it's obvious that they were just trying to get a gank onto that bubbles, but they still made a weird situation out of a very good one, and still picking up Ophelia, noticing that he has boots, no items that give him real health, and no ultimate either. So
invisible Pebbles in the middle lane. There's the chuck backward. Stalagmites are going to connect. There's a Dragonfire into the Phoenix Wave. And down goes Master of Arms. So 2-0 now in favor of the Internet Gangsters, as they're starting to look very good. And meanwhile, all this is going on. Dampier up top, free farming, running Warbeast out of the lane. 400 plus gold per minute. Just 9 minutes in here. There's the light brand. 9 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, I feel like what I've noticed a lot these past this game and last game is that iGee is getting a lot of haste and invis runes, and they're utilizing them perfectly, of course, but it feels like the HoN gods are in their favor right now, and they're definitely getting a lot of kills with those invis, as we saw right there mid. Haster with a lot of ganks as well, and it's giving them the lead that they need early just because they're being smart and they're focusing on getting both top and bottom rune every time with their supports. So props to them for that. Now Insania is level 6 right now, so able to TP whenever needed. We'll see who he even wants to TP with, because he doesn't really want to ruin Dampier's farming pattern, and he doesn't really want to stop Pebbles as well from getting that portal key.
Yep.
But I'm sure if they see an opportunity.
Yeah, just because he has the ability to doesn't mean that he's necessarily going to use it on cooldown here. Instead, like you said, see an opportunity, see somebody that's out of position, or maybe you just want to get into another location quicker. That's what you're going to go ahead and see him use it. But until then, Dampier's just going to continue farming. Insania is going to continue stacking. And it looks like Master of Arms in trouble, definitely. Pebbles is there, trying for the combo, but no, Pebbles is going to be the one that goes down. There's Compel Stun on the 2. Rally in some trouble. Here's the Nymph4 teleport. Rally is likely going to go down. There's the Zeal Stun, and Master of Arms will fall. Rally sipping on the bottle is going to go down eventually. Phoenix Wave going to be going up, and now Dampier going to be in some trouble himself. The nuke's going to be coming out from Ophelia, and Dampier is going to drop. Nymph4 going to get the stuns out, but here comes Warbeast, ultimate activated metamorphosis, going hard right here, and Insania is going to drop. They might actually get a full 5-man wipe here, and yes, Cinder is going to die. A quad kill for Chessie, and Disaster striking iGee.
Yeah, wow. That was all the Ophelia heal, saving that initial kind of bait from Z3 coming out. He ended up surviving. All the resets that they used by Pebbles were just gone. Rally had a stun, but he stunned right into Ophelia coming with all these creeps, and it was just a terrible situation for iGee. And it was something that SG was waiting to prepare for a good 20 seconds there, and perfect timing from them and perfect patience got them a lot of kills right there and a tower, and it's putting them in a slight lead right now. I mean, not huge by any means, but it's definitely the lead that they needed to kind of get back to their momentum in this game.
Yeah, I mean, up until that point, iGee had really good farm on both Dampier, on Pebbles, as well as Rally, and as a result of that, I mean, Rally and Pebbles have both slipped down significantly. Pebbles, his portal key is going to be significantly delayed, and Rally, unfortunately, just could be sitting on the Steam Boots and the regen type stuff for quite some time here. So on the other side of things, though, Chessie, who was kind of struggling in that mid 300 range, or lower 300, he's about to finish up a push stick as a result, and I mean, SG definitely taking a pretty, I would say a pretty big momentum swing there. Maybe not a pretty big advantage, but definitely a bigger momentum swing. But iGee, they're going to keep on trying here with their creep stacks, and that's something that Insania has been very dutiful with so far.
Yeah, now I think iGee, after that whole team fight, they're going to play a bit more passive now. They're going to calm it down, get some more farm and Dampier, make sure Pebbles gets that portal key, taking the Ancients right now, get that level 6 on Pyromancer, and kind of just focus on getting all the necessary abilities that they need to win a team fight. Oh, okay,
That's really unfortunate there from Sender. Bubbles was trying to snipe any creeps that might have been available as well, but this might actually open up a tower for stayGreen in the bottom lane. Pebbles is here, but Pyromancer dead, and they have no glyph fortification. Tower does go down, and this is the SG 5-man death ball. Gonna be moving on up here. Dampier and Ro4 do trade for towers in the top lane, and they're gonna start working on this one themselves. And recall, they do have the Ro4 teleport. She's already hiding in the woods over here, but is it going to be in time? 1 TP back, and well, this tower is gonna go down. So SG takes 2 in the bottom lane.
I think that Insania was a bit just scared there. The TP, he didn't really know where they had vision.
Yeah.
And they don't have the Pebbles portal key, so they don't have the initiation if they were to TP a bit more passively. But, I mean, 2-for-1 towers right there. Now, Dampier on the other side, he almost has a Grimoire. He's a couple hundred gold for that. Pebbles almost has it, the portal key. I mean, things are kind of slowly coming together right now for iGee, and this is the way they should be playing right now. I mean, after that unfortunate team fight, they have to slow things down a bit. They can't just keep playing aggressive, because if they screw up like that one more time, they might just like lose all the advantage that they have been working for the whole game up to now.
Yeah, definitely a possibility there, but I really have to say that the one thing that is very commendable so far from iGee has been this jungle. I mean, we keep coming back to it, but having the double supports, they're both taking advantage of the jungle along with Pebbles and Dampier. They've just done a phenomenal job. This is where a ton of their CS is coming from. And I mean, look at the CS in comparison to SG. You got 122, 57, and 71. Middle lane, though, it looks like it is going to be a Zeal Stun saving Pebbles from what would have been otherwise a pretty nasty death at the hands of Bubbles and Torture. So, good job there by the 2 players. And now an Ro4 might actually teleport them up top. Yes, it will. And Warbeast and Ophelia could be in some trouble. Master of Arms maybe as well. There's Rally going to be scouting one out. He does go with the Compel here, but here comes Torture. This is now going to be a 5v3 in favor of stayGreen, and that's going to be a dead Zibby immediately. Kelfield onto 2, and once more, iGee is just caught in the bait set up by SG. And they just keep falling for these, trying to make something happen. But SG's just always grouping up as 5.
Yep, and that's where they're strongest. The team just comes together when they're 5. You have that Bubbles ultimate that allows everybody to get auto attacks. You have so much heal coming up from Ophelia, and they're stronger when they're 5. They're not very strong individually. These heroes, they're easily picked off. They have 4 heroes on their team, which are very, very squishy right now. And it's just, they're playing, this is honestly one of the only options that they have left right now to win this game, is they have to be grouping up and they have to push and they have to force something to happen, because they can't be getting picked off. And that's the whole goal of iGee with the whole Ro4 TP and the whole Pebbles portal key and the whole Dampier, you know, snowballing off of hero kills. And they're preventing that by grouping up. So, you know, it's not like it's the SG train by any means, but it's more they're forced to do this right now, because if they don't, it could be a game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, iGee, their strategy, their attempts at picking people off have backfired. Their resource control and their ganks really were superb, much better than SG in the early stages of the game. But just they tried to get aggressive. And they tried to get aggressive when they weren't sure if SG was 5 or not. And in this case, SG's response has been immaculate, as they've not only gotten those 7 Grill kills, they've also converted it into 5 towers outside, nearly a 10,000 gold lead. And now we're going to have to see if SG can actually push into this base. With an Astrolabe and an Ophelia ultimate coming up right here, I mean, this looks like it could very well be the case. And Pebbles is going to go in. There's the chuck backward. And Bubbles going to go in. Gets the silence as well as the Kelfield down right here. Pyromancer going to be taking a stun. Does get the Blazing Strike off, but should be dying right here. Bubbles going to be taking a lot of damage. In the background, Rally gets the Seismic Dam onto a few, but he's going to go down. There's the chuck finishing off Master of Arms. Bubbles goes down as well. Now Ophelia's going to be in trouble. That's 4 dead. And Warbeast is the last one alive. Is Damper going to be able to finish him off? Yes, they will. A full 5-man wipe. And iGee just held that like champions. They're going to get a courier as well. Nope, missed it.
That was, I mean, okay, so breaking down that fight a bit more, you first saw that Pebbles initiation. He jumped on the Torture, chucked him back, forced everybody from SG to move up and dive the base. That's when Exhibit jumped in. He was very patient with his stun, didn't use it. He got 2 people in his ultimate, almost got 3. You saw Swindlemon's actually juke it the last second. He's like, I'm not walking that way. He walks the other way, but, I mean, if he forced the rest of the team to run back into the base, or else they were all going to die, and they still died because they were in the base. So just huge plays, a lot of AoE. I mean, split up between Dampier and Pebbles. I honestly wasn't even paying attention to Dampier that fight. I was more so paying attention to Pebbles and Rally, but yeah. Those are both the heroes that kind of set up, and then you saw everybody at low HP, and they all just dropped to Zergo and Floozy slowly. And you see now Zergo going to be picking up a portal key, and all of a sudden that whole momentum that SG was creating has just been destroyed now. And
yeah,
they're like, you're not going to push our base. You're not going to win the game that easily.
And that was really the opportunity here for SG. I mean, this game by no means over, but they had the momentum there. And that was going to be their best opportunity to get a tower, maybe get some ranks. And in this case, now they're going to have to go in for take number 2. And they're going in against a much stronger iGee in this case. There's no super long cooldowns that are going to be down for this next engagement. Nothing like a Tempest ultimate or Keeper of the Forest ultimate. Nothing along those lines. They're going to have everything good to go once more, and this time there's going to be a portal key available on Dampier. Rally's got a Soul's Bulwark online, and everybody is higher level. You've even got Nymphora hitting level 11. 19 minutes into this game, Panny. A level 11 Nymphora going to be able to take 3 people, herself and 2 allies, wherever she wants on this map.
Yep, she's keeping exactly right now in the same level as Ophelia. So she's doing an amazing job right now, and seeing it throughout the whole game, just being great and giving his team a huge lead that they need to stay in this game and continue to grow. Now, touch a bit on the whole Rally Soul's Bulwark thing. The reason why I can see it being viable and why I enjoy it is because now it's allowing Pebbles to get a Shrunken Head right away. He doesn't need to build instead Soul's Bulwark, and a Shrunken Head on Pebbles is going to be huge because you have Ophelia right now, 1.2k HP. You have Master Arms, 900 HP. You have Bubbles, 910 HP. You have Torture, 910 HP. All these heroes will die to a Pebbles combination. Just does so much to all these heroes. And allowing him to get 2 combos in the same fight is going to be huge for iGee. And he's only going to be able to do that with a Shrunken Head, which he pretty much just needs the recipe for right now. And I'm sure they're going to wait for that before the next fight.
Yeah, he is going to be looking for that one. 1,300 gold off. Grimoire Power was just finished up by Torture on the other side, so going to be doing a little bit more damage in that respect, but still not too much in terms of survivability. Has the push stick, but nothing like a Shrunken Head. No armor going to be coming out. Hell, I mean, just going to be sitting on the Mystic Vestments himself in terms of magic armor. Not going to be upgrading that by any means into anything else, but here comes stayGreen. They're going to be looking for a pick, and they're going to find Rally. Kelfield is going to be used. Pyromancer going to maybe try to help out. Yes, there's the Dragonfire. Looks like they will trade the Pyromancer instead. Oh, Dampier going to be coming in, though. There's Ophelia ultimate going to be going off, as well as the red defensive master's call. Bubbles going to be taking a lot of damage, but does take cover. The Zeal stun, and 4 going to be taking a lot, but the stuns are going to be missing there. Bubbles actually dodged auto attack from Pebbles with the shell serve. Ophelia going to be taking a lot of damage. She hits the ground real hard, and it looks like it will be a dead Pyromancer as well as a Dampier. Nymphora going to be going down. Pebbles looking for one more perhaps, but he has to get out of there, and instead Bubbles going to be finding Pebbles, but looks like Pebbles is going to escape. Man, that was an interesting team fight right there. stayGreen definitely coming out on top, but this might not be over just yet. Pebbles is still trying to get out of there. Nope, never mind. He's going to turn around and get a kill on the Master of Arms.
And an eye. Oh, wow. He got a Vonda. That's huge.
Oh, I didn't even see the eye. Yeah.
I feel like that was. I honestly felt like iGee forced that too much.
Yeah.
They felt like they needed to go there, and they probably just thought they couldn't defend if Sender died, which I don't, I don't think it's true. Unless they obviously did get Exhibit. I didn't know. I don't know if he really would have died there if they weren't saving, if they weren't there to help him. But
I think they would
to
have
be
gotten
honest,
Sender and Zibby would have gotten out if they had not committed.
that's what it definitely felt like. But in the end, it's still a pretty even trade. I think it's a. Okay, before I speak, again, they're just nitpicking in the jungles. I don't know who's going to happen, but I think it was. I'm not. How many people died there? I think it was
3 for the
three
Hellborn. Oh, they're going to catch Ophelia right here. The chuck backward on a Dampier. Does not have the Terrorize available. Going to wait for a second and does choose to turn around. The Nature's Wrath going to be going out onto Pebbles, so he's going to be slowed down just a little bit right there.
Oh, that word from Sender. So close to getting covered.
Ooh, yeah. I'm surprised that they didn't try to commit for that Ophelia kill, but I think it was the correct decision not to.
I think iGee just knows that if they screw up one team fight, SG has so much push that they can just get the base.
Yeah.
So they're trying to play aggressive, but they also have to be really critical of their decisions because it's one team fight can definitely ruin the game. Just Illusion's been going to be pushing up the tower now. A really important pickup that they're waiting for on iGee right now is the Shrunken Head on Dampier. That's definitely going to change the fight a lot. Going to open him up to moving around. You have a lot of magic damage on Legion. You have a bit of physical as well. I mean, you have the Goof MOA, you have that War Beast auto attacks, and you have the Impalement for Torture, but it's the magic damage that's dealing most. And it's the Bubbles lockdown that's screwing a lot of the heroes up for iGee. So Pebbles gets that Shrunken Head. We're just going to wait for that Shrunken Head now on Dampier, and after that, we might see maybe a Congo attempt from iGee or a forced fight, maybe a pick off with that name 4 TP, anything for iGee to try to get a decent advantage and the ability to try to take over this game.
That is indeed what they will be looking for here. Right now, both teams just going to be kind of sitting back, trying not to get caught out, just knowing how tense it is. And I'm really interested to see what Torture is going to go for next. I kind of feel like a portal key would be something nice, just to be able to sit a little bit further in the back and try to dodge a little bit of the initial damage. But right now, it could be Pebbles in trouble here. And Agonizing Bonds, unfortunately, did not latch on to Pebbles. So he wasn't going to be brought back in with the portal key deactivated. It was a nice attempt there from Chessie, but not getting the RNG luck that he needed. 200 gold away for that Shrunken Head, the very important Shrunken Head, as you had mentioned.
Yeah, I'm very, very close to that. Now, going back to what you said about what Torture should pick up, and I feel like, a lot of people in this situation would be like, why don't you go Shrunken Head, stay alive? But I feel like if he could go Shrunken, it's not a bad item, but if he goes Shrunken, he's forcing Hellborn to go on Ophelia, MOA, and Bubbles, and those are the exact heroes that you don't want Legion to be going on, Hellborn to be going on. So he might go for something that's going to make him a bit more tanky, but not a Shrunken Head. At the same time, we'll see. I'm not really. Chessie has like many options this game. He honestly can buy pretty much whatever he wants, and it will be fine. But this is a pretty critical item. It's pretty much deciding if Chessie's going to go full-on aggressive or play it a bit more safe and go some passive items to just keep him alive. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Shrunken Head. Yep.
It's going to be another 200 gold. Oh, they're going to catch Pebbles here in the middle lane. He has no Shrunken Head. Used that one earlier, and Pebbles is going to pretty much be in some trouble. No! Dampier going to come in. Is going to be able to take out Torture. No! Ophelia ult's going to be able to get off right there. There's the Chuck. Going to be able to finish off Torture immediately. Pebbles is going to be able to get out of there. Now Bubbles going to be taking a lot of damage as well. Ophelia and Bubbles are both going to be going down. Warbeast is getting out of there with the ultimate and the Shrunken Head activated. Master of Arms might not be so lucky right now. Pebbles going to be looking for a combo and is going to find it. 4 players down for SG, and iGee now going to be able to convert this one into a Kongor if they want to, or they could just go ahead and move right up the middle lane. Now, Panny, if Torture had that Shrunken Head right then, which he was, mind you, 10 gold short of, how different would that have been?
It would have been completely different. Now, I don't know if he would have got that stun off. Probably would have.
Oh, they're going to go for a kill on Warbeast up top. and they might be able to find it. That's a hasted Pebbles. Going to be going in. Stalagmites do connect. There's the Chuck going to be available right now, and a full 5-man wipe. The power of the Nymphora being shown right there as a 10,000 experience lead is now in the hands of iGee.
I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but Exhibit, 2 fights in a row now, especially this fight. He got 3 people in his ultimate. He hit Bubbles, he hit Ophelia, and that ultimate takes away half of their HP. More than half on Bubbles, around a half for Ophelia. He also hit Warbeast with that ultimate as well. And like it's very small. It's just something that, because there's so much going on, but it opens for Pebbles to be able to finish a hero off. It opens for Dampier to man up just a bit longer. And those things are so important. And you know, he's doing that without a portal key. That's a very critical thing, is that he's buying these items to help his team, and at the same time, he's getting these huge initiations and mostly counter initiations in terms of these team fights. But he's saving his skills and using them more aggressively. He's not really trying to save anybody in his team. He's not trying to help anybody get out, but making sure that they destroy SG and they use every single spell possible to hurt SG and put them down as far as they can, because you see right now 11,000 experience lead in favor of iGee.
Very big. The gold lead is pretty much gone, and with no racks and still tier 3 towers up at 28 minutes. You talked about the high risk, high reward situation that is an Ophelia pick, and right now they took that risk. They were able to get the SG push going, but unfortunately it has tapered out, and Ophelia is going to start to drop off significantly. Meanwhile, on the other side, these heroes are getting stronger and stronger. Rowley about to finish up a demonic breastplate. He's about 800 gold off of that one. You got Pebbles that's going to be on his way toward a Hellflower. I think 1,500 gold away from that. And Dampier just picked up an Ice Brand. Going to be on his way towards a Frost Wolf Skull and being a very tanky target indeed. SG, they're looking for more picks, and it looks like they want Pebbles once more in the middle lane. He's got the Shrunken Head. They're going to find Nymphora instead. There's the Kelfield going off. Pebbles is going to attempt to maybe throw out some autos, but Nymphora is going to be the one going down here. And that's a 10-second Shrunken Head burnt on Torture. It's going to be a long cooldown, so iGee not going to really convert this one. I don't think they're going to attempt to convert it, at least. They're instead going to look for Kongor.
Yeah, that was a nice pick by Swindle.
Yes.
Really well, really nice.
Shell Surf, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, they're going to go Kongor right now. I really want to see iGee stopping this. I mean, there's no reason why they cannot fight right now. They lost it in 4. It's not the end of the world right now. They can go in.
They have a buyback as well on her.
Yeah, I mean, they do, yeah, exactly. And if they wanted to, even Pebbles jumps in, he dies, it's fine. He can buy back, and Nymphora can TP with him.
Yep.
They can also do something like that, but it looks like they're actually going to scare SG away, so perfect for them.
Yep.
They need a ward around this area. They need to push out every other lane so they can get this Kongor, because it's going to be very crucial right now. You see Dampier blinking in right now, making sure nobody else is going to be around here, but we might have a standoff at Kongor pretty soon, Beef.
We very well could. No ward's going to be placed just yet. Sander is kind of hovering around there. Does have the Bound Eye on cooldown, however, so not quite going to be able to find out any of those ward locations and get them countered, at least just yet. We'll see if Insania is able to bring some wards over pretty soon here. And I think that might be a Hellflower finished. Yes, indeed. It will be a Hellflower on Pebbles on his way out, and that's going to be gigantic. If they can get a Hellflower onto either the Torture or Warbeast, that's absolutely gigantic.
Yeah, I mean, on top of the Hellflower, he has an Invis as well bottled. So if he can get around that Master of Arms, if he can set that up, that will definitely be some huge initiation from iGee. I mean, I can't even imagine how much damage Dampier will be doing with if he goes on the person who is Hellflower.
I would assume it's about the exact same, because there's no damage amp anymore, Panny.
Oh, there isn't. Okay, wow. Yeah, you are right. But
Panny,
you know what?
Please.
I haven't been reading the patches, I guess.
Panny, that was like 5 months ago.
Dude, I don't know, man. Nobody's picked Hellflower up in forever.
It's true, because of that change.
I probably just forgot, just instinct.
Panny, you're ridiculous. No, we all forget those things sometimes when there's so much going on. Kongor is actually dropping here. Now, Pebble's in some trouble, getting stunned out by the Minotaurs, but yeah, no further initiation going to be coming up, and Dampier is going to consistently work on Kongor. SG is not going in just yet. There's Bubbles, gets the silence on 2. Kelfield is there as well. Dampier is going to be able to get the shrunken head off. He's taking a lot of damage. Warbeast is trying to chase him down right here, and Dampier is going to fall. We'll see if he buys back. Not going to be able to buy back just yet. Sender is going to drop as well. Boundai does hit the ground, and iGee is in full retreat. This Kongor is going to be given up. And will they actually look to take Kongor, or are they going to try to take the middle racks? Panny, break that one down for me. Why did that go so poorly for iGee?
Zergo jumped in at the same time that everybody upped their shrunken heads. So he pretty much did nothing. On top of that, the people that he went for were barrier items.
Oh no, Zibby in some trouble. He is going to go down. Pebbles jumps in, does get the counter kill on the Master of Arms at least. And now Pebbles and Nymphora are going to have to hold this one off. Honestly, at this point, do you just let the racks drop and hope that you're able to survive, or?
Yeah, that'd be the best bet. It's not really a reason, unless he can chuck somebody back into the base. It's not really a reason.
No, absolutely no chance of defending that in melee racks at least. And Ophelia maybe even going to try to get one here. Bubbles is actually going to be the target, and Bubbles is going to go down. A little bit of overextension. This is going to be Torture in some trouble now. He's deep, but does have that token of life. Now Pebbles is going to die right here, and now Sender, he's all by himself as well, will go down. This is now going to be a ranged Rax and possibly a second set of Rax, and exactly what iGee did not need to happen. Bubbles bought back. Twindlemuns is probably screaming, Rax, Rax, Rax. Dampier is back up. Buyback available on Nymphora, none on Pebbles though. There's Dampier in some trouble. Gonna be trying to get Torture, but remember, Torture does have that token of life. This is looking really bad for iGee. It looks like there's gonna be a silence on Rally as well, and Rally is going to be dropped very quickly. I think that's it right here, Panny.
It might be me.
iGee just fell apart in the last 2 minutes of this game. SG showing why they're champions, man.
That was very huge. You really have to give it to the timing of Chessie, especially on that shrunken head. And I feel like the last fight at Kongor, it should be Pebbles going in. I mean, when you have a health lower, you should be going in first.
Yeah.
And Dampier initiated there, and he doesn't have anything to lock them down with.
Well, I think that they were probably wanting Pebbles and Dampier to go at the same time. Unfortunately, Pebbles got silenced by Bubbles. The damage deactivating the portal key, and that's going to do it. GG, well played. They're being called. Panny, once again, we're going into a game number 3.
We are,
Man.
Our prediction is right so far, so I'm happy about that at least.
Now, you predicted that SG was going to be able to make the comeback here, 2-1. And are you sticking with that? You're feeling their chances in game number 3?
Yeah, I have to still stick with my initial gut feeling, but like I said, you always cheer for the underdogs. So
there you
I'm
go.
hoping iGee can pull through, but yeah,
we'll see. Very similar to what we've seen from Excellent in the past, is they have the skill and they've got the strategy, but they need to execute. And right there, I mean, that was nothing other than throws. Like, you literally cannot call that anything else. They had a massive, massive lead, and what happened at the Kong Pit, unfortunate, mistakes happen. You're gonna lose Kongor. You're probably gonna lose one set of racks right there. Then when 3 more died at the middle set of racks, that was game. It went from being maybe a little bit down, the game evening out, to the game being well and truly over right then and there. We'll see if the Internet Gangsters are gonna be able to maintain their composure and get that momentum back in game number 3. Otherwise, they are going home in 4th place. And I tell you what, right now, Insania and the boys, they want to become legends. They want to take down stayGreen, be the first team to eliminate stayGreen from a HoN Tour cycle in 7 months. They want that honor right now. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Game number 3, SG and Internet Gangsters all tied up right here on Coldcast. We'll be right back.